Good morning, everybody. All right, let me pull this back up here. Go over. I'm trying to do multiple things at the same time. Anyways, let's talk about what we've got going on out there for the next couple of days, because today it's going to be pretty quiet. I want to first start off with the best chime-in photo of the morning that we got from Paul out in Pataskala. Great shot of that sunrise last night. Great shot. All right, so we got a chance for some severe storms on the way. Now, this is going to be primarily going to be tomorrow. Couple of rounds coming through. First round around daybreak. Another round's going to come through in the late afternoon and evening tomorrow. Both rounds could be severe. The second round is probably going to be stronger. Now, the longer the morning rain lasts and lingers, the weaker the second round is likely going to be. But here you can see, when you look at this graphic, it's kind of a little misleading because it says Tuesday and Tuesday night. This graphic goes from 8 a.m. one day until 8 a.m. the next day. So when you're seeing that yellow and orange, that's really going to be for the early pre-dawn hours tomorrow morning. And then the graphic tomorrow showing that the scattered thunderstorms really across most of the area. So first thing we're going to do is talk about what types of severe weather we may experience. By the way, if you haven't done so yet, download our free Ohio weather app. It's right here. Just search Ohio WX in your app store. We're going to get, again, a couple of waves of storms coming through tomorrow. Scattered thunderstorms are going to be possibly turning severe, with gusty winds being the biggest concern, followed by tornadoes. And then hail would actually be after that, because I don't think we're going to have a great setup for hail tomorrow, but some localized flooding definitely possible in some of the heaviest thunderstorms. And here's a little bit more of a breakdown of the maps of those, so that way you guys can see that. Let me see here. All right, so you can see wind, probably a little bit bigger of a concern, elevated. And then the hail's not as big of a concern, but tornadoes, that's definitely something to keep an eye on tomorrow. This is a better setup for tornadoes tomorrow than what we just had on Saturday. So I'm sure you're probably wondering, all right, what's the timing for all of this? Well, we'll show you that right now. The timing for that is primarily going to be the first wave in the morning. I would say probably between about 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. for the first wave. The second wave comes through more probably 5 p.m. until 10 p.m. So today we're cloudy outside. Temperatures warm up, 74 for the high today. Notice there's a few speckles of green on the map. And then the clouds try to break up a little bit in the afternoon. Think of it kind of like a wave when you're in the ocean. You get that wave to hit, and then before the next wave, it pulls apart a little bit. It pulls you back out to the ocean. That's what we're seeing there. The clouds kind of thin out before they come back in later tonight. So tomorrow, we're going to see this rain start to move in just before daybreak. Matter of fact, let me manually back this up. We may get a few showers here at 2:30, 3 a.m. in the morning. That's probably not going to be strong or severe at that point. What we're watching is these next clusters of storms around 7 a.m. starting to move their way in. Again, they may get a few of these down in south and western Ohio by about 6 a.m. This continues. This is a look at 9 a.m. and watch the storms get a little bit stronger and more organized the closer they get to southeastern Ohio. That's not just the morning, that's also the afternoon round as well. But what we're seeing here is 11 a.m. tomorrow. By noon, it's moving out of here. The next wave starts to develop out in Indiana mid-afternoon, 2:30. We may get a couple clusters of storms in the afternoon, but the main line doesn't kick in until, as we mentioned, 5 o'clock here. You can see that moving its way right into the metro area. It strengthens and organizes itself more into a line as we get to the evening. So here's 8 p.m., and then that races out of here by 10 o'clock tomorrow evening. So again, two waves that we'll be watching, one around daybreak, the other one around sunset. Middle part of the day, we'll kind of be in a little bit of a lull from time to time with a couple pockets of rain. So to break down today, tonight, tomorrow for you. Today, again, pretty quiet for most of us here in Central Ohio. By the way, go on the live stream and leave your comments, because I will be answering those as we go through the live stream here. So if you have any questions or comments, I will be more than happy to answer those for you. But today, 74 for the high, mostly overcast, and a little bit of stray rains possible for us for the day today. Not a lot, but a little bit of stray rains possible for us. Good morning from Alicia in Delaware. And Tammy, we've got Mike on here as well. So today's couple stray rain showers tonight. Showers and storms are going to move in, especially after midnight tonight, and some stronger storms around daybreak tomorrow. And then as we head into your day tomorrow, scattered thunderstorms coming in primarily two waves, one around daybreak and early morning. Then we get a break, and then we get another wave to come through in the late afternoon and early evening for tomorrow. So we're getting a couple of waves of rain for the day tomorrow with those thunderstorms. It's going to be an alert day tomorrow. Stay weather aware, not only in the morning, but also as we continue into later in the day tomorrow. Good morning, Austin. Good morning, Khalid on the Facebook live chat. Then it gets cooler. Thursday, 45 for the high. We warm up a little bit to 56 on Friday. While we're here, we have some time. Let me show you a couple things here. Friday, look at this. It's going to be a bit windy on Friday. And look at that little pink to the north. This is mostly just rain showers for the first half of the day on Friday, but there may be a little wintry mix for some of our northern portions of the state on Friday. I think we stay mostly rain here in Columbus. It stays too warm for any snow really here, but might get a few wet snowflakes mixing in with the rain to the north. Saturday's dry. Sunday is a 60% chance of rain. Now, this version of Futurecast is going to show you most of this rain holds off until late Sunday night. So you can see there that rain up towards Fort Wayne, Indianapolis, that slides in late. So right now, a couple models bring it in a little bit earlier, but I think most of Sunday is leaning towards it's dry most of the day. And then on Monday, we have the chance of a little rain snow mix as it gets colder once again. So you can see that green, pink, blue, green being rain, pink being that mix, and then blue being snow as it gets colder, because as we head into the 10-day temperature trend, which you'll see here, it's going to get really cold early next week. All right, Katrina asking, could we see spin-up tornadoes with this? Yes, and as I mentioned earlier, this is a better setup for tornadoes tomorrow than what we just had last Saturday. So stay weather aware. This is actually, I take that back, that is not what we were looking at for... that's not tomorrow. This is tomorrow. So here you can see the map, pretty much all of central Ohio in the elevated risk for winds, 60 miles per hour. Again, it's not enhanced high or very high, but it's the elevated risk. It looks like the chance of hail, not as impressive, but tornadoes, if we do get any, they could become pretty strong for us for the day tomorrow. So yes, there's a chance for some spin up of tornadoes for the day tomorrow. Primarily probably during that second wave, but even the morning wave, I would make sure to stay weather aware tomorrow. So just in case you are just joining us, I'm going to go through Futurecast one more time. Here's tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. A few clusters of thunderstorms kind of working their way across the state. This continues to move across Ohio and actually organize itself into kind of a broken line by 11 a.m. here. That kicks out. We get a break midday, and then the storms start firing up in Indiana mid-afternoon, and then they move in for us in the late afternoon and early evening tomorrow. So this is at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Stop before you get here at 6:30, and then I'll stop it here at 8 p.m. with the storm starting to move out tomorrow. So again, today's kind of quiet, but tomorrow we'll get a little bit more active for us. So let's see if there's any other comments that came in here. What's the tornado chance for the morning wave compared to the evening wave? From Jesse. Both, I would say, on a scale of 0 to 10, I would say the morning wave is about a 2. The afternoon wave is about a 3. So it's a possibility, but both waves, we need to be weather aware. But probably the afternoon wave will get warmer. There's going to be better ingredients. So both waves could produce tornadoes, but I think the afternoon wave in particular could be a little bit stronger for us. Let me go back over to my page, see if there's any comments on there, and I'm going to go over to the Fox 28 page. So again, I really appreciate the comments that you guys have been throwing on here. Let's see what we have here. Good morning. Had girls playing to Easton tomorrow. Should we cancel? You can, Lori. It depends. You're going to probably get wet from time to time, so I guess it kind of depends, but you will probably be dodging rain from some point or another. Sherry saying the app shows no rain until late tonight. Yeah, we're dry today other than maybe some sprinkles or a couple stray rain showers, but we do have a 30% chance of rain for the day today. Today's rain, not severe for us here in Ohio. Today's rain is primarily just going to be a couple of spotty light rain showers. So hopefully you're using our app, Ohio WX. And let's see here. Had lunch with friends tomorrow. Stay home. Okay, so here's what we're looking at. I want to point out one other thing real quick before I go over to the Fox 28 Facebook page. It's hard because I'm streaming on a few different places, but I want to see if there's any questions on the WTTE Facebook page, and then I'll answer. I'm going to show you guys something else here coming up shortly. WTTE Fox 28. All right. People, pages. Oops, go back over. Sorry. Trying to bear with me here as I'm trying to pull in all of this stuff. See one comment on there. What's that comment there? Would this hinder flights tomorrow at 6 a.m.? If there's lightning, they will not take off with the lightning. So it's a possibility tomorrow, Amanda, but it does look like the storms are going to be moving in around that time or a little bit later. So if there's lightning already by that point, there is a possibility that it could hinder the flights taking off. I'm going to also check YouTube real quick to see if we got any questions coming in on there real quick. So bear with me as I'm trying to pull it up here. I'm, again, streaming in 4 different places. So it's nice because I can stream in 4 places, but I don't see any comments on that. All right, so I want to do something real quick with you guys while I have you here. I'm going to walk you through our Ohio weather app. If you haven't done so, just search Ohio WX App Store, and it'll pull up here. And it will load, and there's a few cool things on here. Now, for my app, I have this set up to where it will follow me. So if I click on the location at the top, it says follow me. What I recommend, especially if you work and you're kind of moving in different areas. I have on some other stuff like Niagara Falls. I went to Destin last year, so that's still on here. I have the forecast for Australia. I had a friend that lived down there, so I was kind of keeping an eye on the forecast for that. And there's other stuff like Las Vegas, Columbus. But I would recommend the follow me at the top, because if there's a warning, you will be notified if you're moving around. If there's a warning for Las Vegas and you have it set to Las Vegas, the app typically will then notify for that location. So some cool things on here, the hour-by-hour forecast. This identically matches what we have on Columbus if your location is on Columbus, Ohio. If you are outside of Columbus, it will vary because certain parts of the state, like Southern Ohio, gets warmer than the South. So really cool app. It shows you on here that, again, you got this like 10 to 20% chance of rain showers through the afternoon. It's my alarm to get ready for another meeting at 9:30. Has a daily forecast. This also matches our forecast. Matter of fact, look at this here. I'll show it to you guys. You guys can look at it real time with me. Look at that. 71 for today. Look at the 7-day forecast right there. 71. I'm sorry, 74, 71, 45, 56, 51. So you can see it matches exactly what's on TV if you have that location set to Columbus. The cool thing that I really want to show you here is the map. So this will plot whatever you want to. You can click down here on the layers option in the bottom right-hand corner. And the layers option, you can go through whatever you want. So there's a radar. You can click play, and this will show you past or future down there at the bottom. It's kind of hard to see, but past or future. So right now we're looking at the future radar. And this is only looking out at the next, no, they updated it 6 hours. But there's also a 24-hour future cast, and that's what it's on right now. This 24-hour future cast is going to take you through today and then into tomorrow. So there you can see the storms early tomorrow morning. Let me stop it here. This is what it's showing for 9:30 tomorrow morning. You can see those storms. So again, our app is fantastic. Search Ohio WX in your app store, and you'll be notified of those storms if they roll through your neck of the woods. So again, it's really cool. Someone asking about the flight at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Here's Futurecast at 6 a.m. Those storms are still out in Western Ohio on Futurecast. And this actually, let me look at something here. I want to see, they've been doing some updates to this, and I want to see if this matches the Futurecast that we have on TV. Let's go to 6 a.m. It's pretty close to the same as what we have on air. So there's 6 a.m. tomorrow versus the Futurecast we have. And it actually is pretty close, honestly. So that may actually just be pulling from our Futurecast on TV to the same one on the app. Anyway, I'm going to check back, see if there's any other questions coming in on the Facebook chat. But again, tomorrow there's going to be 2 waves of storms. First wave comes through in the morning. Second wave comes through in the evening, both around sunrise and then the next one around sunset. Give or take a few hours because it's going to take a while to move across the state. But stay weather aware for the day tomorrow because we have the potential of strong gusty winds. I think some localized flooding also a possibility because we will have some heavy rain in a few spots. Again, this is tomorrow. Replace that real quick. So strong damaging winds being the biggest concern, then followed by tornadoes. And if we do get any tornadoes, they could be significant tornadoes, some strong ones, not just EF0, EF1s. They could be some EF2s or stronger. Hail doesn't look like a great setup for the day tomorrow. So hopefully that answers that question for you guys. And again, I'm going to pull up the Facebook Live, see if there's any other comments. That's on the Fox 28 Facebook page. Let me go back to my page real quick, refresh, and pull up the live stream. Let's see if there's any comments coming in on this. Ohio WX. Yeah, just search Ohio space WX, and I'll pull that up here. You'll see it on the right-hand side of the screen. Let's see here. I have it. Wonderful. Hello. Hi from Cambridge. Installing the app now from Jerry. Awesome. Great to hear. James Romeo. Buck's a good kid. Thanks, Christine. What did James Jaramillo say? I didn't see what he said. James Jaramillo is a good guy. He's my neighbor. Anyways, I'm going to leave you guys with this real quick because I got to jump on another meeting here in 90 seconds. Tomorrow, 2 waves. First wave in the morning, second wave in the late afternoon and evening. The morning wave right now looks to be between about 6 a.m. and probably 11 a.m. The second wave, I would say 4 p.m. till probably 8 or 9 p.m. That's how it looks now. This is 24 hours out before anything really starts, so we'll adjust that timing a little bit. Gusty winds, big concern. Isolated tornadoes, also a concern tomorrow. So again, having some way of being notified, do not rely on tornado warnings because those are meant to only be heard if you are outside. This has been fun. Hopefully you guys are all kind of plugged in, know what's going on for the day tomorrow, but I figured I would jump on here, do a quick Facebook Live so that way you guys all know. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning on Good Day Columbus as we track all of this. Bye.